Time. Time is supposed to be linear, reliable, predictable, like a bad cup of instant coffee. But every now and then, someone decides to mess with it. Enter the Dali Softwatch, a watch that literally melts, like Salvador Dali's clocks, in the persistence of memory. And no, this isn't just a cheap homage. It's Exaequo, brand that had ambition, style, and apparently a death wish. Salvador Dali, the surrealist madman who made mustaches and melting clocks famous, painted the persistence of memory in 1931. Clocks dripping over branches, tables, and existential dread. It's a painting that whispers in your brain long after you look away, and Exaequo thought, why just hang it on the wall when we can strap it on your wrists? And that's exactly what they did. The Dali Softwatch wasn't just a tribute, it was a rebellion. A soft, pliable timepiece that bent, warped, and twisted like it had a liquid heartbeat. You could roll it, squeeze it, bend it, and still told time. Sort of. Exaequo, Latin for equal, wasn't a household name. It was a small, audacious boutique brand that had big ideas. They didn't just make watches, they made statements. And sometimes, statements gets you sued. The Softwatch was their crown jewel, or perhaps their guillotine. By putting Dali's name on the dial, they blurred the lines between homage and trademark infringement. Bold, absolutely. Smart, well, the Softwatch hit the market like a surrealist grenade. Collectors love it, and anyone with more curiosity than sense wanted one. But predictably, things went south when the Dali estate got wind. Intellectual property, copyright, trademarks. Suddenly, the brand that melted clocks had its own financial heart melted instead. Exaequo had to pull the watch, and just like that, the surrealist dream had become a precautionary tale. The Dali Softwatch became a collector's unicorn, rare and slightly illegal in spirit. Perfect for anyone who enjoyed absurdity on the wrists. Now let's talk Cartier Crash, a watch that literally looks like it got run over by a truck. Cartier had always denied it was inspired by Dali, insisting that it was an accident of design. But the Dali Softwatch, Exaequo didn't hide it. They wore it like a badge of surrealist honor. It's the difference between a wink and a scream. One nods at the past, and one shouts at it. Crash watches are elegant chaos, and soft watches are whimsical rebellion. One stays in the gallery of hot horology, and the other, well, it melts in your hand and maybe into legal oblivion. You might think it's just a gimmick, but that's the charm. The Dali Softwatch is a reminder that watches can be art, that time can be playful, that sometimes bending the rules literally makes something unforgettable. It's more than utility, it's attitude. And in a world obsessed with perfection, that's refreshing. Like whiskey, like jazz, like a street taco at 2 a.m., it's messy, it's unexpected, and it leaves a mark. The Dali Softwatch didn't last. The brand didn't last. But objects like this, they linger. They end up in private collections, popping up at auctions, whispered about in watch forums. They're a footnote in horology, and a headline in absurdity. It asks a simple question. Do you want a watch that tells the time, or one that tells the story? The Softwatch does both, in a way that melts your expectations, and maybe your heart a little too. The Dali Softwatch is absurd, illegal, audacious, and beautiful. It's a cautionary tale, a collector's grail, and a surrealist wrist rebellion all in one. And maybe that's the point. Time doesn't have to be serious. Sometimes time just melts. Tick tock.